What's up, guys? In today's episode, I go over my Pepers Dirty Tree. My Pepers Dirty Tree. My Pepers Dirty Tree. My Pepers Dirty Tree. Stay tuned. What is up, you guys? It's your boy Louie Torres, and if you have been watching my YouTube channel for a while, then you already know that I absolutely love Tony Pepers because he makes the best pedal that I could possibly pedalize at this point, and that is the Dirty Tree. So, allow me to show you Exhibit A. So this pedal is basically two pedals in one. So you have the Dirty Tree toggle, which is the 12 o'clock position, which is a Fortin 33 clone up top, right? So a lot of guys are just like, dude, I'm going to spend $250 for this pedal and it's just one pedal. I'm like, no, because you can get two pedals in one and get the 33 in there. But also, and this is the best part, when you toggle down, you now have access, because it reads TC on the bottom. This is basically the TC Electronics integrated preamp, which is what the Fortin 33 is based on. So now, when you have the toggle up to DT, only the level actually works just like the single knob Fortin 33 does. When you turn it to the TC side, that first knob is now the volume or the level, and now you actually have access to the low and the high pass filters, which is what the TC Electronics integrated preamp does. The problem is that if you were to find the TC Electronics integrated preamp pedal, that pedal ranges from 250 to 350. Plus you need, if you want to get the Fortin 33, that's another 250. Dude, this thing is $129. $129 and is clearly my favorite pedal since I own 4 of them. So what I'm going to use is this pedal, which again is, seriously, this is my all-time favorite pedal. This pedal has completely, do I dare say that it has helped me want to play guitar much more often. It helps me dial in different tones regardless of the amp that I'm using. I'm going to be using my 1987 JCM, Marshall JCM800, which is the 2204, so it's the 50-watt. Thing is loud AF, and you guys probably already know that the JCM800, although it's known for being this high-power, crazy amp, if you just plug straight into it, it's kind of not that great. So there's two things you can do. You can either use an overdrive pedal to help boost it as far as the gain stage goes, or you can do what I did, was I ended up adding the Hot Mod 2 to the JCM800, which allows you to use two 12AX7 tubes in there for the gain stage as opposed to just the one that's there. And instead of having to use an overdrive pedal, I just get to use this puppy by itself, and that's it. So I'm going to go ahead, plug in. I'm going to be using my 1991 ESP M2 Custom with the Nazgul in the bridge position. Huge shout out to my boy Dilo Roman, who sent me that pickup, and I instantly fell in love with it. So I'm going to plug this in, and you guys can have a listen. Hey guys, so I'm going to be plugged in ESP right into my Pepers Dirty Tree, out to my Marshall JCM800, that's running out to my Mesa 412 with Celestion V30. So I'm going to start with the pedal off, and then I'll activate it. And the way I'm using it now, typically, and this is, let me just go through this really quick. So I'll usually, for the most part, being somewhat lazy at times, most of the time, I'll just usually use the DT option because it's easy. I just have to worry about one knob and one knob only. Um, but I'm actually using the TC Electronics, and so I am playing around with the high and the low pass filters, so that way I can create a top for the high and a low end for the bass, and I can alternate. I can add more bass, I can add more treble, I can cut it back, depending on how you play, the style of music you play. If you want it crunchier, you can adjust them so they end up with your flavor, or if you're a progressive guitarist and you're using a 7 or an 8 string, you'll typically just cut back on the low a little bit and just crank more of the treble on there, and your tone just rips right through. It's crazy. So let me switch mics over, and you guys can let me know what you think. Again, I'm going to be starting with the pedal off and on. All right, guys. So before I move on, I think I'm going to start doing this from now on because I think it's awesome just to do, which is just to give shout outs to, literally guys that are part of my support group, guys who, people that just support my channel, who I chat with all the time. So I'll start off with my boy Tony Pepers, out of New Zealand. I love that dude a ton. Dilo Roman, Jose West Coast, who, it's funny, there's actually a group, and it's literally just the three of us, me, Jose, and Dilo. Of course, AK Ray from Scarhead. That dude is absolutely as cool as you can get. Absolutely killer guitarist, incredible gear. So him and I always chat about, my Marshall gear, his Marshall gear, how we tune our how we play with our settings to make sure that we try to get as brutal tones that as we can possibly get. Of course, Mike Hasty from Walls of Jericho, my boy Val out in Italy. That dude has been a huge support for God knows how long. In fact, I am alive today because Italy, when they were hit with COVID, he was letting me know this is what's going on in Italy. You need to prepare because the US is going to be hit next. So make sure you go shopping for food, get yourself a ton of vitamin D, get all your medication. These are the list of food that you should buy. Val has literally single-handedly hooked me up for the entire year of 2020. So if I reached out to you during COVID early on in late February, that's all because of Val. Mike Bailey, yo, I'm actually back into yoga because of my boy Mike. Mike is absolutely awesome. Of course, Hector Guzman is the man also. So I'll, in the link below, or actually in the description below, I'll put a link to his recording studio in New Jersey. My girl Ice Johnson out in San Francisco, she's incredible. Talented guitarist, is endorsed by, you know, guitar companies, pedal companies, and she's super great. And then my boy Wes Leggett. Wes, dude, it's funny, like him and I just, like lately, we've just been chatting a lot lately. And he's super talented guitarist. So that is my list of 10 for today. And guys, you 10, thank you for everything. And let me go to the videotape. So there you have it. And here's the fun part is that unlike some other manufacturers where they just have one color scheme and one color scheme only, and you're stuck with whatever it is, like every Overdrive pedal having from certain companies just always being green. So here is the black and white version. Here is the red on black on white version. Here's the one that I absolutely couldn't wait to get, the all blacked out version. So it's matte with a glossy tree on there. And this was a custom paint job that he did. And this is actually just a copy from one of his other pedals. So yes, I have 4 of them. But I mean, if that's not a testament of how much I love this pedal, just keep in mind that I usually have them in different spots throughout the house because I have a bunch of different amps around the house. So it's just this one's here, this one's here, this one's in the office, this one's in the music room. So, you know, it's one of those things where, or if you're ever trying to figure out how to get your best tone as far as boost pedals go, like I feel like that's just one of the, you know, better pedals that you need to have on your pedal board, or at least be on the radar. And at some point you have to buy it for $129. I just think that you just can't go wrong. Not only that, but Tony is an absolutely awesome guy, and he always has been since day one. So I'm super psyched to always feature the Pepers Dirty Tree. Tony is actually based in New Zealand. So of course, in my mind, I always think that, you know, he lives on a different planet, which might as well be. But again, super nice guy, you know, family guy. He's just an engineering freak who is a genius. So I'll put a link below in the description so that way you guys can order your own, because I may have to buy another one just for the heck of it and end up with 5. So again, I'll put a description or I'll put a link to the pedal in the description below. Click on that. Make sure you support all of the companies that I support, because for the most part, dude, these are just guys that are great at what they do. They're great musicians. They're incredible engineers. And a lot of them just create these products that are just next level, and something that a lot of these other major manufacturers will never, ever get to. Never, ever will. And here's Tony, who's done exactly that. So guys, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We're almost at 4,500 subscribers. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Have an incredible weekend. And as usual, I'll talk to you guys soon.